Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at trigonometry. Trigonometry, whenever you want to do calculations in mathematics that has to do with cosine, sine, or tangent of angles, like when you say cos 30, sine 90, cos 35, how do you get those values? You use what we call trigonometry ratios, and that is what we're going to be learning today. So we'll talk about trigonometry. When we're talking about trigonometry ratios like tangent, cosine, sine of special angles like 30, 45, and any other angle. So we're going to look at how we can derive it. Before we can be able to understand it, we need to understand that every circle can be divided into 4 quadrants. So the first, here is known as the first quadrant, this is the second, this is third, this is fourth. Always remember that it goes like this, anti-clockwise. That's the right way to go whenever you're dividing a circle into 4 quadrants. If you use straight lines meeting at 90 degrees to divide a circle into 4 quadrants, you're going to have the first quadrant, second, third, fourth in anti-clockwise direction. And that is actually the way every angle is measured. If you want to measure angle, you have to start from x, go like this. So if this is 45, it's going to go like this. You cannot measure through this direction. If you measure through this direction, it becomes negative. So every positive angle has to be measured from here, like this. So this is 45 or 60, you have to go like this. Anti-clockwise, that's the positive way of measuring angles. Now you come to the basic trigonometric ratio, which we can easily find using what we call SOHCAHTOA. That's how we find the trigonometric ratios. So here is for sine. So for sine, you use opposite over hypotenuse. For cos, you use adjacent over edge, and for tan, you use opposite over adjacent. So this is what we call the adjacent, this is the opposite. The opposite is normally the line, the side that is opposite to the angle you're looking at. This is it, opposite. That's why we call it opposite. Adjacent is below. Then you have the hypotenuse. This is the edge. So this is edge OA. OHA. So this is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, that's the easier way of remembering the signs. So if you want to find the sign of an angle, how do you find the sign of an angle? The sign. So opposite over edge, O over P. So what is the sign of this angle? Will be opposite O. So it's going to be this one, P, or you call it QR or P, all over edge. What is the edge? This is the edge, PQ, or you call it R, PQ, or you call it R. So PQ or R. Now if you want to find the cosine, cos theta. How do you find the cosine, cos theta of this angle? How do you find the cosine of this angle? It's going to be A, adjacent, or you call it PR, adjacent, which is the Q, all over edge. Edge is what? PQ. This is edge, or you call it R. PQ, R, which is edge. Now, how do you find the tangent? How do you find the tan theta? How do you find the tan of this angle? It's going to be TOA, O, opposite, which is QR, or you call it P, all over adjacent. This is adjacent, which is PR, or Q. So note this notation, SOHCAHTOA. That's the simple way of getting the basic trigonometric ratio. Noting that this is the opposite, this is the adjacent, and this is edge. So using that, you can find the cosine of any angle. So if they tell you, if let's say this is 45, this angle is 45. So cos 45 is going to be what? It's going to be anything that you have adjacent. If it is 10, this is going to be equal to 10 all over edge. Anything you have here, if it is 5, it's going to be 10 over 5. So cos 45 is going to be 10 over 5. If you had 10 here and you had 5. So that is how you do it. Very, very important. You need to memorize this so that you can able to solve this. So this is the introductory part of trigonometry. In subsequent classes, you're going to do more. Please, if you like this, hit the subscribe button. Like and share this video. Thank you for your subscription and support. God bless you.